Hi, I'm Lindsay, kitchen manager here at Good Housekeeping, and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious ice-cold freezer door martini alongside some cheesy caper biscuits, making the most of the wonderful Samsung appliances we have here in the GH kitchen. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get started on our freezer door martini. So we're going to make it in one of these flip-top bottles, but the most important thing about a martini is that your glass is ice cold. And to do that, we're going to use the ice maker on our Samsung fridge. You can choose between classic or smaller ice cubes. I think I'm going to go classic today for these gorgeous martini glasses we've got. Okay, so those are filled. I'm going to pop them in the freezer now to get them really crispy cold. And now, onto the martini. So we're going to need a jug, some gin, the most important ingredient, and some vermouth. So this is quite a strong martini. We're going to go for 550 ml of gin. I always like to use a measuring scale as well as a jug, just to make sure I've got it precise. Quite a glug of gin in there. Slightly over, but that's okay. Then 100 ml of vermouth. And then I'm going to go back to the fridge, switch the ice to the ice cold water function, because I'm going to pop some water in this as well. We want 100 ml of that. So I like my martini with quite a bit of bite, and into this I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of the brine from our olives. So let me get a couple of tablespoons. 1, 2. And then something that you might think is a bit divisive, but I promise you it's delicious, is some of the anchovy oil from the anchovies that you'll use as well. Looks delicious. We'll give it a bit of a stir. So I'm just going to get a nice strip of lemon peel there. Give it all a little stir. Delicious. And then I'm going to use a funnel for this because I don't want to spill any delicious martini on the surface. This is where it all goes terribly wrong. Into the bottle we go. Yum! The great thing about this is you can prep it ahead for a dinner party. Maybe you're having a gathering and it'll stay in the freezer overnight. You might have to give it a bit of a swirl because the water in there can freeze, but the anchovy oil will give it a delicious flavour. Look at the colour of that. I'm going to curl my lemon peel in the top. There he goes. Okay, so we'll pop the lid on. There we go. Now you might have noticed I've not actually been using my hands to open the doors on the fridge freezers, and that's because Samsung have invented this really clever thing where you don't need to use your hands because there's a little sensor here on the fridge and the freezer door. If you've got dirty hands, if you've been making, cakes, pastries, flour, eggs, whatever, you can just give it a little scan here and like magic, the door will open. So we'll pop this in the door here. Okay, on to our biscuits. So we've got our delicious martini chilling. You want something to nibble alongside. So we've developed a cheese sort of shortbread biscuit that you roll in capers before you bake. So the first thing we're going to do, you just need a food processor, some flour, and then in the fridge here, keeping nice and chilled, we have some grated Parmesan and cheddar and some cubed butter. And all we're going to do is give it a quick blitz in the food processor. So we've got our flour, our butter. It's important to keep that butter nice and cold in the fridge so you get a really kind of short, crumbly biscuit. Cheese. Doesn't have to be Parmesan and cheddar, but they kind of complement each other nicely. You could just use whatever you've got. Lid on. Give it a quick blitz until it's kind of crumbly. Perfect. And then I'm just going to add a teaspoon or so of ice cold water, again from the fridge, to bring everything together. Water from the fridge. Okay. And when you can kind of clump it together in your hands, that's good to roll. We're going to tip it out, bring it together, and shape it into a log. Oh, I can smell the cheese. It smells delicious. You want to work quite quickly, especially if your kitchen's quite warm. Okay, so we've got a rough kind of sausage shape here. So now we're going to lay out a sheet of cling film. And then I've got some capers here, I've just drained them, patted them dry, and finely chopped them. And you want to scatter these to about the same size of your log all over the cling film. And then when we roll our biscuit, the capers will stick to the sides and create this lovely, like, salty crust when they bake. We're going to take our biscuit dough, plop them in the middle, and then you just fold this up over here. You might want to scatter a couple across the top yourself, and then we're going to roll it, pressing as you go. Give it another roll. Okay, now once it's in the cling film, it's a bit easier to work with. Roll them up tight into a sausage at the end, and there you go. So you'll want to give this a little chill in the fridge to make it easier to slice when you come to baking. Everything in the fridge, everything in the freezer, ready to go. Okay, so my biscuits have been chilling for about half an hour. The dough's firmed up. The capers have stuck to the biscuit dough, giving it that lovely coating. So we can just pop this to the side. Don't worry if some capers fall off. Look at how lovely that looks. I'm only going to bake a few today because I'm going to keep the rest of the dough aside in case I want to bake them tomorrow. I'm just going to slice these quite thinly, about ½ a centimetre or so. There you go. Okay. And like I said, don't worry, if some of that caper falls off, you can just pop it back on there. Now, I've preheated the oven to 160, but I've only preheated the top of the oven. These ovens have a dual cook functionality, so there's a shelf that you can pop in the middle of the oven, and it means you can save some energy and it heats up quicker by just preheating the top or the bottom. Okay, so we'll get these in the oven at 160 for about 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to make some delicious little garnishes to go with our martinis. I'm just going to use the ingredients we've already used. Our olives, our anchovies, a bit of lemon peel I think is nice for colour. And I've just got these cute little kind of metal cocktail sticks. It's not difficult really. Pop your olive on, and a nice juicy anchovy. Kind of twirl it on there, lovely. And then our lemon peel. Just think this is a nice finish to the glass. Makes it look very fancy. Here you go, a couple of those and you're good to go. Okay, time to get the biscuits out of the oven. I can smell them already, cheesy, buttery. They look golden and delicious, and they've baked up beautifully. Now the hardest part is waiting for them to cool. Okay, the biscuits are cooled finally, and now it's time to get our ice cold martini glasses. Look at these. Crispy cold, just how I like it. Okay, we'll get rid of that ice. Perfect. Now I'm going to strain my martini because I like it extra smooth. Grab out here. Everything's combined lovely. You can see the fat from the anchovy oil on the top. That's going to have imparted so much flavour. So I'm just going to grab my teeny tiny mini sieve. Pour. Oh, look at that. It's almost too cold for me to hold the bottle. Beautiful. The next one. Lovely. Then we'll take those gorgeous little garnishes that we made, pop them on the side there. Now, before we can say cheers, I'm going to bring the biscuits back. Look how cheesy, golden, crumbly they look. Let's dig into one of these. They're so crumbly. They've baked up beautifully. Try a little sip of our martini. Ice cold, smooth. There's a little hint in there from the anchovy oil and the olive brine. Delicious. Cheers.